Gentleman reserves. The gentleman from Illinois is recognized.
Although it seems like, Mr. Speaker, I'm going to go where no man's ever gone before, and that's to call Mr. Loudermilk from Georgia my good friend.
Gentleman's recognized.
He's recognized for 2 minutes.
Gentleman's recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Look, I rise today, obviously, in strong opposition to this latest attempts by my colleagues on the other side to enact a federal takeover of elections and continue their tactics that they have used consistently in this Congress and the last Congress to hide the intent of what they're doing. Make no mistake, this legislation is an attempt to circumvent state legislatures' constitutional authority to set election laws. Laws like the one recently passed in Georgia that maximizes voter access and protects the integrity of every legal ballot. One-size-fits-all government has never worked in a diverse and free society like we have here in the United States of America. One-size-fits-all is synonymous with dictatorial regimes, socialist societies, and communist countries. Governments that keep control over the people by stripping the authority from the hands of local officials that were elected by the people to represent them. This is what this bill does. Let's be clear. The goal of strong central governments, strong federal governments, is to have a homogeneous society that is easily controlled. Easily controlled. Our society is diverse, diversity of thought, diversity of action, diversity of speech. But the actions of my colleagues on the other side is to have a homogeneous society to where right and wrong is no longer determined by personal conviction or faith, but what the federal government has determined is right and wrong. You don't have to look any further of how the right to determine your own health care has been stripped away by my colleagues on the other side, where people can no longer determine what they will and will not put into their body. The Constitution protects the ideas of individual liberty and federalism to where government is strongest at the local level. This bill disregards state voter IDs, and one thing I want to bring up is homogeneous when it comes to campaign elections. Can I get 30?
Gentleman, 15 seconds.
Gentleman's recognized for 15 seconds.
I appreciate the gentleman here. We live in an independent, diverse society where local governments are the greatest authority over the people. This is in a takeover by the federal government to create a homogeneous society where everyone acts, thinks, and works according to the federal government. Oppose this legislation. I yield back.